Ashe Shalom. Today we are here to talk about a very serious topic, actually, because, excuse me, today is all about the fellas, okay? It's all about the men. I talk about the women a lot, so today is all going to be about the men today, and we are going to be talking about cultivating and mastering male sexual energy, because, it's a lot of triggers out here. I will give y'all that, okay? I'm not going to give you excuses because at the end of the day, there is semen retention and there is, discipline. There are disciplined men out here, so you can't just be a child. You still have to do the work and you still have to put forth the discipline. But what I will give y'all is that it's a lot of triggers out here. There's Instagram. Y'all know what be going on Instagram. I ain't got to get into that. Y'all know what be going on TikTok. There is OF. There's, strip chats where you can just take off your clothes and just show people stuff, basically like cam girling. It's new age cam girling. Really, that's all it is. Like back in the day, they called it cam girls. Now they calling it every goddamn thing else. It's just cam girling. All of these things are lustful triggers. And so I will give you that. But this is the reason why you need to try your best to stay away from things like that. If it has to get as far as you just taking social media all the way out your phone, then brother, that's just what you're going to have to do. If you feel like this is something that is interfering with your work, got you beating off every goddamn day and got you not able to focus on what it is that you need to actually be doing, then you need to get that shit out your phone. And you need to stop making excuses as to why you can't get it out your phone. Because the thing is, what society is giving you in actuality is a false sense of what it is that you are actually chasing. Ain't that cold? That's not really what you want. You don't actually want to jack off every goddamn day. In fact, that drains you. You be feeling drained. After you, or whatever y'all be doing, after you be feeling like, God damn, I ain't got the energy to clean my room no more. I wanted to cook something for myself. I don't want to do that no more. I had a business idea, I guess, that you don't feel right. Especially with the fact that y'all just giving y'all seed out here. Y'all, that is precious life force energy, you guys, that y'all just out here spilling on succubi. Okay, that pop up on the goddamn camera every time. Because really, it's the energy that you're chasing. It's not really the woman. It's sexual, lustful energy that you're chasing. It's succubi type energy. Okay, and you don't really want that. After you guys get done, you already know how you feel. I ain't gotta bash you or go into it. I'm not here to bully you. I don't have to say it. You know, okay? And so since you feel that and you don't want to feel it, why not start taking the steps to stop feeling that way? You see, there's something called the transmuting, the alchemizing of energy. There is nothing wrong with you having sexual energy. You're going to have it. That shit's gonna rise up. It rises up in men. It rises up in women. Everybody got sexual energy. It is creative life force energy. It can be used for plentiful other things. When you feel that uprise, it might sound a little bit silly, but really listen to me now. Try this. When you feel that uprise next time, go work out. When you start feeling a little bit frisky, do a dance. Dance. It ain't nothing. You mean to tell me that men can't dance? I don't know where the hell that came from. Men can't dance in the mirror and wiggle his hips a little bit and get his sexy on too. You ain't got to twerk, but dance. Love on yourself a little bit. See, men need self-love too. You need your sexual energy to be rooted within yourself, not within the next individual. The moment that you start rooting your sexual energy strictly in a woman, you are losing yourself. This is what we tell women, so why wouldn't it go for men too? When you have sexual energy as well that you need to be cultivating for yourself, and this is a self-love journey for both men and women. So yes, I'm going to tell you this too. Your sexual energy is yours. You don't need to be out here wasting it on women that probably ain't even worth your time, because at the end of the day, woman doesn't fucking make you all high and mighty. It doesn't. At the end of the day, there are really, really lost, broken, toxic women out here that are just as bad as men while they out here talking. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Woman does not make you righteous. Just as being a man doesn't make you righteous, right? Gender has nothing to do with what is in here. So if it, or even what's down here, all up inside of the sexual chakra, at the end of the day, it's all energy. It all has to be transmuted. It all needs to be cultivated. So if you keep on taking it and you keep on spilling it and you keep on draining yourself, you are not going to have that same creative life force energy that you could have used to put towards something that you love to do. What do you like to do, boo? Do you like to do art? Do you like to draw? Are you a workout freak? Are you interested in being a movie critic? Do you want to make a movie yourself? Do you know how strong masculine energy is? And when you have an abundance of divine masculine energy that of course is balanced, but is abundant within itself, brother, there are so many things that y'all could be doing out here, okay? If you look over and you see all of these women and they're super successful and they're entrepreneurs and all this stuff, they're what they have done is they have balanced all the energies within themselves. That includes the masculine energy. The moment that you start putting forth all of your sexual energy into a woman and you start simping, you're not being more masculine, you're actually being more feminine. Think about it for a second. You see, they're trying to dupe you into thinking that effing all the damn time is masculine, when in reality, it's beta. Think about it for a second. If it's stemmed within another person, if we flip it around for a second and it's a woman and she's putting all of her sexual energy towards a man, that's her being super in her feminine to the point where she's not utilizing her masculine fire of, I can't be all in that all the time. I need to be logical. I need to be active. I need to be thinking in fullness. I need to be analyzing in fullness before I just go and just go with the flow and surrender to something. Right? There's that balance. So in actuality, the masculine man, the true divine balanced masculine man, is not the one that is out here trying to have more sex with more women. He is the one that doesn't really need it like that because he knows how to transmute his shit. The real masculine man is not the player. The player is the beta, because you see, he needs and he never has enough. Right? And he has a hole in himself to the point where he has not found that self-willed, balanced creativity within his sexual chakra. The monk. Let's look at him, because that is the definition of a divine masculine man. That's the definition right there. Look at the monk. Are we going to sit here and say the monks don't get a little frisky? They be getting themselves a wife. Okay, after a while they be like, oh goddamn shit, I've been doing this for years now. I need me a lady. That's fine, but they have made that decision based on, because when you look at monks and you look at the type of wives that they get, yes, these ladies, you know, they know, they be knowing the Kama Sutra, and they be knowing how to do some things. When you look at the wives of monks and you go study them, they be knowing how to make sure that their husbands is good on that aspect. But these are also very wise women. You won't see no monk, okay, go out here and get no scallywag woman. He ain't gonna do that, because he has already mastered this. He has mastered this. He's mastered all of that already. So he's not going to lower himself to levels that he has already been at and that he doesn't want to be at no more. That's not what he's going to do. Instead of looking at the player, okay, as somebody, as a role model for yourself, start looking at the monk, because he moving like Christ. Okay, and Christ was focused, just boom, bap, boom, bap, boom, bap, divine masculine energy. Right down to even when you look at some real men that were out here, right, that they mirrored that same type of Christ walk. That walk of, I need to stay focused. I have a mission. I can't be spilling and wasting and doing all this stuff. If there's a trigger, I need to not be there. I need to not bring it into my home. I need to not bring it into my phone. I need to gain levels of actual self-discipline in order for me to focus on what is really important. Okay, and this type of stuff is obviously easier said than done. I'm not telling you that you're just going to go into this and that's just going to be so breezy and easy. No, it's going to be hard. It's hard for women. Okay, women, we can't keep on sitting here and lying and saying that women do not have urges. Yes, the hell we do. Okay, yes, we do. We got urges too. They're not the same as yours because we desire different things. Okay, but we still have urges. With women, it's our urges are a little bit more on the emotional sexual side. The wanting love and wanting to be, caressed a certain way and all this little gully stuff. But then we remember that we need to goddamn focus. So if we can do it, you can do it. And you need to do it fast. Because there is a time clock on your sexual energy. Once you start getting to a certain age, especially after ages of shit just being drained and drained and drained, and not only does it drain your life force to the point where y'all be having sperm counts that ain't even high enough to make kids, let alone spiritually create and alchemize something. You don't want to do that to yourself. Start getting rid of the triggers. Start doing the work. Start going into meditation and identifying your desires, because at the end of the day, you do have them and it's okay to have them. Start knowing what that is, so that way when you do find the kind of woman that you see fit, that is wise enough to be able to even be in your presence once you reach this type of self-mastery. Because let me tell you something. If you are going to reach self-mastery, okay, and then still go out in the world and deal with scallywags, then you might as well just say fuck it. You might as well just not even do it, because you're steering yourself right back into the same goddamn hole that you was trying to get out of. You have to be selective once you reach a certain amount of self-mastery. You cannot be talking to everybody. You cannot be engaging with everybody. When you start to see the succubine spirit, you need to flee. Get out. And don't be dumb. Don't act like you don't see it. Some of y'all, you go into the play of pretending like you don't see it. Okay, so that way you can keep the fantasy going for yourself. But then you don't understand that a lot of these women are vultures and they don't want to wait. And so they'll just push your ass to the floor and start fucking you and basically rape you. Okay? Because these days they act like it's okay for women to just rape men. So we did. And hide your husbands because they rape everybody. I tried not to do it. I tried, but I'm sorry. Don't be out here getting raped and stuff like that by no women's. All right, don't do that to yourself. Please have some levels of control. Start to at least try to gain some levels of self-knowing, shadow work to know what your desires are, so that way you can know what it is for the future and what the future has to hold. Once you get those levels of self-mastery to be able to handle that type of desire. But if you do not have it now, it can wait, is what I'm saying. It's okay to know what you want, but it's also better to wait. Because you have a lot of men out here that, once again, they get everything that they want. And then once they get everything that they want, they realize that they have drained their own selves of what it is to actually feel inner pleasure. Everything's external, external, external. And now I, as a man, don't even know how to feel. This is ultimately what the man that gets everything that he wants ends up saying. I don't want that for you, boo. Okay. So, identify the triggers. Please start knowing what you want in life. Please start knowing what you want also with your sexual energy, so that way you can know and have power over those desires. And they're not ignored and they're identified, right? Know thyself. Tap in with yourself. Tap in with your energy. Know the energy of others, of men and of women. Examine these women out here. What are their intentions? What does this woman want for me? How can this woman benefit me? Will she make my life better, or will she make this shit worse? Ask questions. Okay, but I love you.